Hi everyone, welcome back to Spiritual Growth Tarot. I'm Denise and this reading is for Tuesday, January 5th, 2021. Yay, we're in the new year. But as always, I am looking for a timeless message that will help us to heal our souls and come back home to who we truly are. Okay, so we have the Three of Wands as the theme, and then coupled by the Nine of Pentacles and the Page of Pentacles. So with the Three of Wands, there's a bit of a waiting, or it's the energy and consciousness of being patient, waiting for, in this image, it could be like looking for the perfect wave. But in combo here, we're dealing with everything that has to do with the material realm. So I wouldn't say that it's, because we don't have any cups here for the day, so I don't think the message has to do with, well, it could, but it's unlikely that it has to do with relationships. It's more about what you've put out in the past, like the plans, because the card that comes before the Three of Wands is the Two of Wands, and that's all about plans that we've, that we're working on, and, kind of, it's a waiting card as well. But it can have us a little more restless. Well, when it comes to the Three of Wands, we've put something out there and we're looking ahead and we can expect something to come through because it's naturally a happy card. It has everything to do with expanding and, like I said, looking forward for, looking towards, looking to, success. So that's actually really wonderful. But in combo here with the Nine of Pentacles reversed, this could be, we could be looking at past, present, future. Sometimes that's the message. If that's the case, if we're looking at this as being the past, then this could have to do with sometimes being financially dependent on someone, and you don't want to continue down that path. It can sometimes be that someone, has been spending too much, and maybe that's why you're moving on. It can also have to do with somebody being jealous of what you have, and they're no longer your friend. There's that real possibility. Let me think. Other meanings with when the Nine of Pentacles is reversed it's because straight up you can see one of the key meanings is being in luxury, like being in physical abundance, and focusing on bringing in more. There's looks to me, it could be a falcon, it could also be like a white dove. Focusing on your spiritual, the luxury of being able to focus on your spirit as well as your work, and not having a difference between the two, like making your work a spiritual path for you. I love that. And in other, like in the traditional Rider-Waite, this little bird up here is not little, it's a falcon. And that's all about focusing, like focusing on the material. Like in the traditional, here, let me bring it out real quick. So Pentacles, yeah. You can see there's a wall behind her. So it can be like somebody who's kind of kept in the lap of luxury, and they're maybe a little too focused on the luxury. You can see the big castle up here, and there's the the vineyard of, like somebody that would own, just imagine, like, in Europe where they owned, their own vineyard. And maybe this was the wife or a daughter. So it can be, and I always love in this deck, the little snail that's down there that talks about keeping things, it's okay to go slow, and it's good to have things, going moving along in the earthly realm in a slow way. So you're just like out and being in nature, like being with nature is one of the most beautiful aspects of that deck, or of that card in that deck. Let me see. I don't think that's a snail down here. I don't know that she added the snail. I'm not seeing a snail. If I'm missing something, you guys have this deck, let me know. But anyway, it's happier. It's more independent. This can be, when it's straight up, it can be like being independently wealthy. So, and it follows the Eight of Pentacles, where there's a lot of work and a lot of focus on your craft, and you're highly skilled, and you're doing your you're doing your work. You're just working a lot every day, and of course that brings money in, or at least some resources where you're working with others. But this card is a very independent card when it comes to wealth. So when it's reversed, that's why I was saying it's possible that there's some like dependency that you're moving away from, or somebody who's been dependent on you that you're saying it's not working. Or the message can be to remember that we're all interdependent upon each other, and to look towards the future, working together. There's that possibility for some of us, because that brings in the spiritual law of the fact that we're all interdependent upon each other. So adding in with the Page of Pentacles reverse, like bringing in this combination here, this is sometimes some delay. Because all the pages usually bring in messages, or there's a lot of like study. This card straight up is about study. It's about manifesting, but it's in the earlier stages of manifesting and working to keep everything balanced. Well, when it comes in reversed, there is some kind of a delay. So I would say that there's like partial success. I think the message here has to do with partial success, but keeping focused on what it is that you really want for your own independent self, for your own independence and freedom. Keep focused on what it is that you want, and don't worry about the delays. To remember that everything is a step-by-step process, and just don't put things off, because sometimes this card reverse can be about procrastination. Unless this is a day where sometimes this is a travel card, and it's possible that things are delayed because of traveling. So safety in your travels is the most important thing. Let me see, some other combinations here. Well, if this has to do with people that you're working with, where there's any combined resources, this might be a time to make sure everybody's doing their part, because if there is someone that's dependent on your plans and your hopes and your dreams and your wishes, and they're like attaching onto you, this can be a card of, a younger person, or someone who's, immature in the realm of being able to manifest and work well. Because this card can sometimes be someone who's just not, pulling their weight. So if that's the case, then take heed with that. But as far as a spiritual message, what I'm getting is to keep focused on what you want. You've worked hard in the past, and even though right now it may not be. Well, sometimes this card can come in when, now on a spiritual level, workaholism. Because we have to remember, it's when we get a reversed card, it's often, at least the way I read it, it's often the guidance is to go back to the card before it. So if we go to the Eight of Pentacles, well, here, let me drop it out of this deck here so you can see. And I think you guys know it, but just in case, here it is right here. And it's work, 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 work. So sometimes this card can be, and the spiritual message would be, to have fun and play. Go, go surfing if you can, or go have some fun and play, and to trust that success is coming in. Because sometimes when the Nine of Pentacles reversed comes in, it has to do with workaholism. And especially for those of you who maybe had to work hard over the holidays, maybe this week, because this is for Tuesday, maybe this week is a week to back off and take a break. And especially for people who, let's say you work for, the postal service or any other, delivery service, you guys went through heck, going through getting everything delivered. So it's been a stressful, like last 2 to 3 weeks. Add that to all the natural stress that's been here just because of the, the pandemic. And most everyone, I mean, I myself included, I'm ordering a lot online and just to not have to go out and shop, so I run in and shop just for vegetables, But, and sometimes just buy like a month's worth of frozen vegetables. So anyway, workaholism can be a challenge when we're dealing with this, Nine of Pentacles reversed. So to remember that, and then to focus on, because we have to remember this is the theme, and to focus on being happy. And what does success really mean to you? Look forward in your life and think about, how do you want to be living your life in the next few years, or even just this next year? So that's a beautiful message, is to always focus on what you want. Now, with the Page of Pentacles, if we go backwards to the card before it, of course, we're dealing with the Ten of Pentacles. And that's the card. Let's see, let's do this. Oh, actually, there's plenty of room. That's the Ten of Pentacles. And that's about, the happy family. It's all about having a really good, business going on. It is the card of having a business empire of your own. So if you're self-employed, or you've been working your butt off working for somebody else, I think the message is to go back and feel into the experience of having everything that you need and a lot of what you absolutely want. Because that's what this card is about too. The Nine of Pentacles. So we don't have to be stuck in a place of procrastination, but if we're needing a break, if the string of cards is about having a break, then the spiritual message that comes through is to remember that, of course, you're always creating your own reality, and the universe is bound by law to receive us. So the more we sit in that place of having everything that we want, in that experience of it, then things can turn right side up. We can be in a luxurious state of mind, and state of being inside of us, and from there we get things going the right way, or we get things going moving ahead, even if this entire week is a week of rest for you to regroup and to rest, because everyone needs rest. If that's what this week is about for you, or at least just this one day, just know that's how to bring things back to, that full circle where you're moving ahead. Because the Page of Pentacles is definitely, focused on the financial, future. It's all about a new job, a raise in your job, giving yourself a raise if you're self-employed. It's all about opportunity and you know, whatever you work towards. You know, however you get this wheel going. This is, you know, it's up to you. So this has to do with setting goals. But maybe for the day, because you have to remember these came through reversed, maybe for the day, the goal is to rest. And to be with that place where you feel that you already have everything you need. So let's just bask in that for the day, because that's how you grow. That's how we actually, you know, create and manifest more of what it is that we truly want. We have to own it. We have to be inside of it. We have to sit in that energy of actually having it, whatever it is. And I think for today, the it is having some rest. Having some rest, but really focusing in and like falling back on all the success that you've already created. So I love that. It's a beautiful message for the day. Just be with what you already have and let that be much, much more than enough. And if you want to create more, just sit and be with it and meditate with it. There aren't any meditation cards here, but I'm always a big fan of manifesting that way. It's really, I think, one of the best ways. Well, it's part of the whole package of, you know, manifesting. And if you need help with that, I definitely do manifestation lessons. I have like a step-by-step plan. So that's it for the day. I think definitely focus on what you have and what you've put out into the world, and know that it'll come back. It'll come back to you. And meanwhile, you can have the day off. Be in the lap of luxury inside of you, and know that everything will turn and get going really soon. Okay. All right, you guys, take care. Bye.